My colleague Rafi Boudjikanian asked the PM whether he is considering any changes to his cabinet or close advisors given that bad by-election loss in Toronto-St. Pauls earlier this summer. Have a listen.
Since June's by-election loss in Toronto, many in your caucus have called for change, whether that's to party leadership or to your senior staff or perhaps the caucus. You've had some time to think about this. Can you tell me whether you're planning on implementing any changes?
One of the things that we've been focused on, not just over the past few weeks, but over the past many years, is making sure we're investing in Canadians. This announcement today is a great example of how, from local MPs to ministers, we've all been working together.
Bit of a non-answer there, a little generic in terms of whether he's planning anything different. I mean, we're 6 weeks out from the by-election. I know it's the summer. People have dialed it back a bit. They're not necessarily focused on making big announcements about what's to come and changes and yada yada. But there's been a lot of pushback. A lot of people in caucus want some sort of change, and we haven't really seen anything yet. What do you make of his answer there, and do you expect we'll see something different?
I wouldn't read into that. I think that's like what he's doing right now is what a prime minister should be doing. I think, when I left government, I don't think riding President Abbotsford was worried where I was going. I think, for most Canadians, they just want to know, does my government operate? Does it advocate for me? Is it delivering on housing? Is it delivering on healthcare? Is it delivering on the cost of living crisis, et cetera? I don't think they care about the nitty-gritty changes to the Prime Minister's office or the party office. I think, I'm sure those conversations are still happening, and I'm sure at some point it may be something external facing, it may be something internal facing that'll be discussed at a caucus, but I'm sure changes are being made that's still being discussed, but I wouldn't read too much in the PM's answer today.
Yeah, Lisa, another day, though, another poll, and this one from Abacus shows the Conservatives, they're still up 20 points. A lot of people not happy with the Prime Minister, and it doesn't seem, based on that answer, he went on to say, he's excited to get to work. Doesn't seem like he's going anywhere.
No, I think that if I were a cabinet minister in Trudeau's government right now, I wouldn't have been comforted by what he said. Quite frankly, he had an opportunity to kill the story. He had an opportunity to kill that line of questioning for the foreseeable future, at least until they go back on September 16th. He chose not to. He evaded the question, so therefore he's keeping the option open. That's how I read that.
Brad, saying when asked if there's going to be any changes coming, he's saying that they're investing in Canadians, kind of pointing to this announcement today. He's trying to avoid the issue at hand, sort of dismissive, really, I guess, of calls for change, at least at this point. Do you expect it will be status quo, or do you think we can expect some changes? It must be something planned right before the cabinet retreat later this month.
Well, one of two things. Cabinet shuffle before the LaSalle-Mard-Verdun by-election. If he's going to do a cabinet shuffle and that's it, it has to be a substantial one, including the key economic ministers, including finance. If he loses LaSalle-Mard, it's going to be a very difficult ride for him in the fall with caucus to see whether or not they want him to stay on it at all. I can't imagine him losing both Toronto, St. Paul, and LaSalle-Mard back-to-back and staying on to say, I'll take this party into the next election. Can't see it happening.
Just really quickly, Brad, 20 seconds. What do you think about that by-election? Are you expecting a good result for the NDP? 20 seconds.
Yeah, Craig Sauvé is a fantastic candidate for the NDP. It's a great coup. But I always like to under-promise, over-deliver. So, but things are feeling good for Craig Sauvé and LaSalle-Mard. And if the Liberals don't do well in either of those two by-elections, I can't see Trudeau having a credible position to take the party into the next election.
Yeah, okay, let's leave it there. Thank you so much to the Monday Power Panel, Lisa Raitt, Brad Levine, and Vandana Cutter. Appreciate you guys coming on. Smart thoughts as always.